Shalom, giving all praise to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Makah Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders that rule well, and peace and many salutations to Yahweh and his children in his truth. I read this article and thought it was very intriguing. This is according to the Guardian. It says, U.S. declares lab-grown meat safe to eat in groundbreaking move. So they're growing animal meat by splicing certain cells, certain ingredients that make protein to create this lab-grown meat. Okay. With this technology, they say that they are going to save the lives of thousands of cattle. Yet they don't know the long-term effects of human consumption, and also they're not bringing out the fact. People that are pro this are not bringing out the fact that it's going to cost a fortune to be able to do this on a massive scale. Okay, which is not going to be very environmental friendly at all. But they're going to continue this because this is going to further place their grip or confirm their grips on society. And it's already happening in Asia, folks. Okay, so this is not nothing that's far-fetched. Okay, so let's get to this. It says the U.S. government has cleared the way for Americans to be able to eat lab-grown meat after authorities deemed a meat product derived from animal cells to be safe for human consumption. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, will allow a California company called Upside Foods. And it's amazing how they call it Upside Foods. I found that very intriguing. Or insidious. That's a nice word. To take living cells from chickens and then grow them in a controlled laboratory environment to produce a meat product that doesn't involve the actual slaughter of any animals. Now let's read that one more time. This is very important to be able to articulate for yourselves when when we read these articles. We read them so we can have fuel to preach. So we always want to read for retention, not just for I'm doing a sit down. Okay, not saying, not accusing anybody of doing that, by the way. Okay, it says the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, will allow a California company called Upside Down Foods to take living cells from chickens and then grow them in a controlled laboratory environment to produce a meat product that doesn't involve the actual slaughter of any animal. See, and the focus point is on that latter. They're going to be a company called Upside Down Food is taking living cells from chickens, okay, and then growing them in a lab, right? So they're excluding the process of, actual killing the actual beast itself, the manufacturing the body of the beast in an incubator, in other synthetic incubator, in other tools that they use to build basically a clone chicken or clone parts of a chicken, and you better believe it's going to be that egg, that raw egg, and more than likely we've been eating that. We've been eating these things. You see that? So there's a lot of things that this man is doing. Again, as I said earlier, that's going to further the people's captivity. And what's interesting is about this is people don't even know it. You know, the Esau Edom is pushing all these false religions, and one religion he's been pushing lately is veganism, as a way, but yet he still sells, you know, these various eggs that's of meat, that's a meat product or an animal product, you know, for his hidden agenda. So this man uses all these these pseudosciences and these false religions to push his an agenda that the people are going for, right? That's going to be in the long run detrimental to them, because again, if I keep on reiterating this for a reason, the he's putting certain technologies in these this food that we are consuming, that he's going to be able to um, trace with his technology, man. Okay, he's gonna know who's eating what and what's going where. Okay, with something that we call the MOTB. All right, so this man is great, making great steps to become the most high on the earth. Okay, and that includes making your food, you you as who? You as you the consumer. Okay, as a slave. All right, the things that he controls, we need. Right, and he's able to manufacture those things. You have to go to him for one of all things. Then you have been made a slave unto him. Okay, and this is one step closer. What we're saying is not far-fetched. It's not crazy. Okay, you need to wake up. First, excuse me, that's by habit. Paragraph 3. Sorry about that. I got a little emotional. Okay, the FDA said it was ready to approve the sale of other lab-grown meat, stating that it will engage in discussions with multiple firms to do the same, including companies that want to grow seafood from the sales of marine life. You see this? This man about to take it there, man. The world is expecting a food revolution, and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is committed to supporting innovation in the food supply, said Robert Cliff, the FDA commissioner. With Singapore currently the only country in which lab-grown meat products are legally sold to consumers, the U.S. approval could open the floodgate to a new food market that backers say is more effective and environmentally friendly than traditional livestock farming. You see this? So they come out with a cutting edge way on how to clone, for lack of a better term, clone. Which what? Let me look that up. Let me look that term clone up, because I might not be using it uh, uh, I might not be using it wrong. That's what I'm looking for. All right, out of context. There you go. So here you go. That word clone. It says an organism or cell or group of organism or cells produced asexually without sex from one ancestor to or stock to which they are genetically identical. Okay, so they're using these various cells to produce clones of chicken. And what's the easiest thing that they could clone? Eggs. You see what I'm saying? So come on, man. And we all know what's going on with the eggs, but I ain't gonna say too much. But yeah, they're doing it, folks. This is it right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yak Yam Yakwath. You know, they're really trying to set themselves up as if they are God. This is not a fairy tale, Arkan. Now let's go back to the article, okay? So we get an understanding of what's going on here. They're taking these cells, you know what I'm saying, these living cells, and they're creating a replica of meat. So basically, they're feeding the people clone meat. Now we made the example of eggs, how easy it is to reproduce eggs. So we have an understanding of what's going on. Now, we just read in Singapore. This is currently the only country in which lab-grown meat products are legally sold to consumers. So, along with an Asian country, as we stated earlier, which is Singapore, America is now allowing the uh, selling of this clone meat. Okay, and don't be afraid to call it that. That's exactly what it is. All right. Verse first. I'm sorry, my habit. I promise you, I'm not saying that. Well, we're in that on your page. You see what that third paragraph. We will see this as the day the food system really starts changing. Casa Yan Nollis, managing partner at Synthesis Capital, a food technology venture capital fund, told the Washington Post, "Shoot, that's what you want to invest in right there." I hate to say it, that money about to take off. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, get your money and get you some organic stuff. Oh man, I'm just being funny, brothers. The U.S. is the first meaningful market that has approved this. This is seismic and ground breaking. Okay, so U.S. foods. So upside foods. Excuse me. Which was formerly known as Memphis Meats. That's interesting. Harvest cells from animal tissue and then grew edible fresh in bioreactors. The company said the flesh grown in identical to conventionally raised meat. It will still take some months before lab grown meat floods American market. So this is happening. It's saying it's going to take months for this to happen, but it's happening. Okay, so this is something that's very interesting. Now we just read how this could be groundbreaking, but there's people that's skeptical to this move. You know, there's going to be certain hiccups that happen. I found another article going into these hiccups. That article that I'm going to pull for you guys is somewhat biased. You could tell it's kind of pro lab grown meat, but I like it because it gives the counter argument for people who are pro uh, lab grown meat. You know what I'm saying? So let me get that for you guys. Now, this is called a Bon Appetit. It's called a Bon Appetit. Let this pass by. And I read down in this one right here, and it says, I'm just going into the point that I was illustrating as before I pulled this. It says, yet as the curiosity around cultured meat proliferated, so has these skepticism. Some experts argue that cultivated meat, lab-grown meat. When it says cultivated lab-grown meat, so if you ever want to use code words instead of saying lab-grown meat, say, yeah, they're starting to sell cultivated meat. Okay, we like to use these type of words as a defense. Okay, so some experts argue that cultivated meat, lab grown meat, will never fulfill its promises. Cells can only grow so fast. There's no ooh, bust it out. No, thank you. You gonna bust it out like that on me, huh? Some experts argue that cultivated meat will never fulfill its promises. Cells can only grow so fast. There's no established ingredient supply chain, and it will be astronomically expensive to build the kind of facilities these companies will need to grow tissue at scale. So here you have it. They're saying people that are skeptical, they're saying, look, this is gonna be very expensive to produce on a massive scale. Uh, this cultivated meat, okay? This what we just the lab grown meat, the cultivated meat, right? And this could be possibly be by design. They maybe they only want a group of people to have it. If you get my drift, you know, and that could go both ways depending on your perspective. Um, so there's a lot of things that's going on the face of the earth, and we're here to tell you the reason why it's going on, because there's a group of people. For those of you who are new to this movement, there's people out there that's want to call themselves God, want to uh, they want to control the resources so they can control the people, and they're making grave steps in order to do so. Okay, and if you are so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, these various steps are being taken, and also people out there that may look like other nations, but this message um, holds weight with you. Okay, we're here to tell you the reason why there's such attack on you and your people is because you are the chosen people. Right. The reason why this is happening, this man is trying to further his grip on the. When I say the man, I'm alluding to Esau Edom, which the majority of so-called white people. Esau Edom, the Idumeans, the elites of these people, right? Or they want to control uh, society. And one way, one aspect in which they're doing that, they're controlling the resources of agriculture, of food. Okay. Now, this is also going on, and you have Canada. They said that because that's another lesson. Brother's been doing sit-downs on that. I might do a lesson on that also. They are um, outlawing multivitamins and things of that nature. Okay, they're outlawing it. So this is an attack on what? This is an attack on the food supply, man, and it's via legislation. The only way you're gonna get covered is if you have a repentant heart, and the Most High has His hand around you. So this is what we're fighting to obtain. We're fighting to obtain um, mercy in a time of trouble. Okay. This is Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Okay. So that person who is accused towards our Father, you know what I'm saying, is Esau Edom. How has he done so? Painting us a certain way in the media, uh, funding certain negative behavior in certain negative behavior in our community, like hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? Passing certain legislation that breaks up the household. All these things Esau Edom has done to take away the innocence of our people, to put our people in a further subjugated state by breaking us economically speaking, right? And now that he's broken the people economically speaking, he's taken away their ability to uh, dictate what they consume, what they eat. Okay, he's calling himself God. All right. So this man has a lot to pay for. This man has a lot to pay for. Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, man. That's what he does. He's taking away our certain rights to have certain resources, dude, and mutilating them and mass producing them, right? Inducing our people to be sick, causing new pestilence like diabetes because of synthetic sugar that he's made, man. So this guy's off the chain, bro. This guy's off the chain. All right, he has to be taken out of the way. See, those of us that have understanding, we're gonna prophesy this word, and we're gonna be able to overcome them. You know what I'm saying, with the word of Yahweh Shah, because he's gonna come back and save his people, man. Okay, right? So Salaki, I'm going on a tangent, got emotional. Okay, but let's get back to the scriptures. Sorry about that. Verse 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey. You see that? So that he takes away the rights of the people, that the widows may be his prey. Why is that? What are widows at? Widows are women usually of poor status. A man has a laborious work schedule. He works himself to death, or he has to leave the country. You know what I'm saying, to find work and things of that nature, right? So the people who are ruling over them, they make certain legislations to take the rights of the people, to put them further into subjection. You see that? And that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And what will ye leave your glory? You see that? So the Most High is going to greatly destroy a nation like that. Now, this was talking about the Israelites, but we could utilize this against the people that are ruling now, okay? Because they fit the description or the adjectives of a ruler, of a foolish ruler, and that's being exemplified with them cultivating meat. It's too expensive, and they don't know the repercussions of it. This could be cancer causing in the next 50 years. They're playing God, right? And trying to capitalize off of everything, and they're going to get a lot of people destroyed, man. Okay? So, prayer was edifying. I want to keep on going. Giving our praise to my Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, Bashim Hashab, Bashim Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle and elders everywhere. Peace and many salutations, brothers out there, told the truth. Shalom.